World without borders, what defines us more, the land beneath our feet, or the invisible lines we've drawn across it? In our world, the Treaty of Westphalia in 1648 cemented the concept of sovereign nation-states, with defined territories. But what if humanity had taken a different path? Imagine a world where instead of territorial sovereignty, human organization evolved around functional systems, watershed councils governing river basins, nomadic assemblies managing grasslands, maritime networks connecting coastal communities. In this reality, the concept of a nation-state never crystallized. Instead, human societies organized themselves around bioregions, cultural affinities, and functional needs. Without nation-states, governance became polycentric. People belong simultaneously to multiple decision-making bodies based on their needs and activities. A person might participate in their watershed council for water management, a digital guild for their profession, a cultural assembly for their heritage traditions, and a neighborhood cooperative for local issues. Power doesn't concentrate in national capitals, but disperses through nested networks of councils, each handling decisions at the appropriate scale from the local to the global. Without national identities, people define themselves through constellations of affiliations, bioregional, cultural, professional, philosophical. Identity becomes fluid and multi-layered. A person might identify as a resident of the Mississippi Basin, a speaker of Mandarin, a member of the Global Medical Guild, and a practitioner of Buddhism, all simultaneously, without contradiction. Conflicts still exist, but they rarely escalate to the mass violence of our world's nation-state. Wars, lacking the territorial imperative and nationalist fervor that fuels such conflicts. Economic organization transcends the artificial barriers of national economies. Currencies flow along functional lines, watershed currencies for regional trade, global currencies for specialized goods, time banking for local services. Without national economic competition, collaborative stewardship of commons became the dominant paradigm. The question shifted from how can our nation outcompete others, to how can our systems thrive within planetary boundaries? This world isn't utopian. Coordination challenges, power imbalances, and conflicts over resources still exist. But without the rigid container of the nation-state, solutions can be more adaptive and tailored to specific contexts. Decision-making requires more active participation and can sometimes be slower, the price of a system that accommodates greater complexity and diversity. Without national borders, human movement follows natural patterns, seasonal migrations, climate adaptations, cultural festivals, economic opportunities. People still have homes and communities, but the concept of foreigner never developed as it did in our world. Instead, protocols of reciprocity and hospitality govern how newcomers integrate into existing systems. This borderless world may seem radical to us, conditioned as we are by centuries of nation-state thinking. Yet for most of human history, we lived without fixed national borders. Perhaps this alternative reality isn't so much a fantasy as it is a reminder of paths not taken, and possibly a glimpse of futures yet to come. As we face global challenges that transcend national boundaries, we might ask ourselves, what can we learn from a world without borders? Some boundaries are written in stone and soil. Others exist only in our minds. The question is, which ones truly serve humanity's journey?